Hello guys and welcome back. This is Asif here and today I'm going to be talking about my knockout matches from the Battle Frontier tournament hosted by Pvphq. So if you guys are new and you have not seen the group stage matches yet, I'll put down a link in the comment section so you can see the group stage matches up first. So these were the rules of the knockout. We finished second in the group. So what happens is all of the group members or all of the teammates are numbered from 1 to 7 and you face the opposition who has the same number. So in the quarterfinals, we Chennaizards went up against the Pune Regi Giants. So these were the matchups. I was up against Nightman 9113 and my teammates were up against the various opponents who were numbered the same in the Pune team. So this is my team is on the bottom left corner and my opponent's team is on the top right hand corner. So before we get into the commentary, I would ask you guys to please like and subscribe to the content if you have not done it already. So moving on into the content. So I start off my first game against him with my Pseudo Udo. So I got a good lead, Pseudo Udo against the Umbreon. So I'm going to be hitting the rock slide here and I won't be shielding until he shields here. So I'll be taking the attack, the foul play. So I get to the rock slide again. So this will knock him out, I guess. Yes, it knocks him out. So he comes in with his own Pseudo Udo now and it's going to knock me out with the counter damage. So I come in with my Venusaur now and my opponent shifts out to his Beedrill. So I on the other hand shift out to my own Frostlass here. So I'll be shielding anything which comes because I respect the fact that Beedrill will be running a drill run which is going to do a good chunk of damage on my Frostlass. So I'm going to be hitting the Avalanche which goes shielded. So can I get to the Avalanche again? No. Before I get to the Avalanche, my opponent gets to another charge attack. So I shield it again because I expected the drill run to hit and in fact it was a drill run. So I go for the Avalanche again and my opponent also decides to shield it. So I charge up a bit of extra energy. I always do it with my Frostlass. So I go for the Avalanche back to back and it knocks out his Beedrill. So before he can do anything from the Pseudo Udo to my Beedrill, to my Frostlass I shift to my Venusaur and I just Frenzy Plant him and it's the end of game 1. So I win the first game. And if you don't know, the Battle Frontier tournament for the season 2, it was based on the Catacomb Cup rules. You would have already seen the rules there at the start. So into the second matchup, Pseudo Udo against the Beedrill. So I would say it's quite a neutral matchup because Pseudo Udo has access to Rock Throw, or should I say Rock Slide, and Beedrill has Drill Run. So anyways, it's a double-edged sword in this matchup because the fast attack is not going to be doing much for both of us. So as of now, Beedrill is winning the CMP type because it has more attack. So I may have to shift here somewhere, otherwise I'll be in trouble. So I'm gonna hit the Rock Slide again and I'm gonna farm up a bit of energy and I'm gonna try and shift on the charge attack, but my opponent doesn't deliver the charge attack. He rather shifts to his Umbreon, so the game has gone completely against me now. The Umbreon would be doing super effective damage on me. So here comes the foul play and the foul play is gonna get me down to my last 10% of health. So I'll be trying to go for the excellent Avalanche again and it does a good chunk of damage. So can I get to the Avalanche once more? No. So he has farmed me up a bit, plus he's gonna take me out now. The foul play hits and I'm out. So I'll come in with my Venusaur now. I'm gonna take the charge attack on my Venusaur and I'll try to wind him out so that I can use the charge attack on whatever he has at the back. So I guess he's going to bring that Beedrill back in. So here comes the Beedrill, I guess. So I don't know the mon, I just saw the top right corner and it's a bug flying type. Oh, but he's going double bug, he has a Vespiquen in there. So really interesting play by my opponent that he's going double bug in this matchup and he hits the drill run on the Pseudo Udo. So he's almost caught in the back now. So I'm not able to reach the Sludge Bomb and let's see what he hits me with. It's the X Scissors and it's gonna knock me out. So GG's, it's 1-1, heart racing movements now. So whoever wins the third game will gain a point for their team. So I'm gonna be going with, I'm kind of confused right now, the same team which I went in the first matchup. So I'm gonna start the Frostlass, not the first matchup, I guess the same team I started in the second matchup, yeah. So Frostlass against Pseudo Udo, again a neutral lead I would say, nothing big. But he shifts to his Umbreon. Okay, I may have an advantage here. My opponent decides to shift to his Umpteen, so I'm going into my Sudowoodo now. I hit the Avalanche and I'm going to do my Sudowoodo directly. So he's gonna hit me with the foul play, and even 2 foul plays won't take me out, so I'll try to farm up a bit of energy, but you know what, I'll go for the rock slide itself. I'll take him down completely here. So I won't be shielding this, nor is my opponent shielded, so the foul play hits, it gets me quite low, but I have charged up my rock slide a bit, so let's see what he comes in with now. He comes with the Sudowoodo and I'm not able to throw the charge attack. So I did hit, I'm not able to throw a charge attack. So my opponent shifts to his Vespiquen now, and I shift to my own Frost Slash, so I guess I'll have to shield soon. Yes, it's a power gem. So I shielded in the last second, and it was a good shield, otherwise I would have lost the game for sure. So Avalanche hits and he doesn't shield, so he's using both his shields on the Sudowoodo here. So quite a daring play by my opponent there. So I reach the Avalanche again and I take out one of his shields. Can I get to Avalanche again before? Yes, I get to the Avalanche. I get to the Avalanche before he hits the charge attack. So this will get his second shield. So my Venusaur is almost charged up with energy, but you know what, I'll be shielding. I'll take both the rock slides on me so that the Venusaur is completely free to go and hit it. So this is what I'll do. So here comes the second rock slide. I'm going to take this rock slide as well. He's going to knock the Frost Slash out, but I have the Venusaur in the bag. It's going to come in and it's just going to go for the Frenzy Plant, and it's going to be GG's. So I win my matchup 2-1 against my opponent. GG's, my friend. Really good battles, really close battles. So this was the scorecard. I win against Nightmares, Count Xavius wins, Austin Prince wins, and Brave by 1 wins. So we win the 4 out of the 7 games. So we'll qualify for the semi-finals now. As you can see, the final score: Chennaizards 4 and the Pune Regi Giants finished with 3. So good games, Pune Regi Giants. Really hardy display. So going into the semi-finals now. So it's gonna get tougher now, the semi-finals, and it's gonna be Chennaizards against the Mumbai Dawes in the semi-finals matchup. So here are the lineups. I was number 2, so I couldn't change that. So I will be up against Amish H021 and my other teammates similarly. So if Amish H021 also has a YouTube channel. I'll be putting a link to his YouTube channel. You guys can go and explore his content to see how his content is. So first matchup, I start off really bad. So here's where things come into play. I shift into my Beedrill and he shifts to his Sableye. So what was interesting about his team was he didn't have a Sudowoodo in there. So the drill run hits, so he's in big trouble now. And I'll be shielding this. I'm going to be taking whatever he hits me with, and it's a power gem, so it's a really good shield. So you know what, I'm going for the X Scissors now. If this Hex Scissors hits, it will knock him out, and my opponent decides to shield here. So it can go anyways now. So this is going to knock me out. The foul play knocks me out. So I'm going to come in with my Frost Slash now, because that was the biggest threat in the lineup for me. So the Frost Slash is going to be up against the Scoliopeed. So this is interesting. I have a really favorable match, and this was not going to be a Mega Horn for sure. So I'm not going to be shielding this. It's the X Scissors. So I go to 2 avalanches and I'm going to deliver the avalanche here. Let's see if my opponent shields. Yes, my opponent shields, so he has lost both his shields now, and the Venusaur comes in. So I'm just going to go for the avalanche once more, and this is going to knock out the Venusaur, and back in comes the Scoliopeed, but I have a shield with me. I'm going to be shielding here, and I'm going to be delivering the avalanche right after that. So I shield here and I'm going for the avalanche straight away. The avalanche is going to hit and it's going to be knocking the Scoliopeed out, and hence it's going to be GG's in the first game. I beat my opponent hands down, a really good win. So going to the second game against Amish H021. So Graveler against Sableye. So it's an advantage to me for sure. I'm in an advantage here. So as we know, Sableye is a bit flaky. So I expect shields to be flying from the Sableye here. And yes, he shields the Rock Blast. So I'm going to respect that. And I'll be shielding myself here. I'm going to respect that he shielded. And he shifts to his Venusaur. So I'm going for the Stone Edge before I leave this matchup. I'm going for the Stone Edge, and if this hits, it's gonna get the Venusaur down to its 20% of health. So I'm going into my Beedrill now. I'm not gonna be shielding this. I'm gonna let the Venusaur hit me with the Sludge Bomb. And yes, he hits me with the Sludge Bomb. It's just gonna go down. So what are you coming in with, my friend? It's gonna be the Alolan Graveler. So going for a Drill Run straight away, because I don't think the opponent is counting here, and their Drill Run hits and knocks him out. So I have almost won this matchup with So I have 3 Pokemons and 1 shield, and he has just 1 Sableye remaining. So X Scissors, Ghost shielded, perfect. So I won this match. I'm not gonna worry, I'm gonna let the Beedrill go down, and I'm gonna be coming in with my Frostlass here, and my Frostlass is just gonna go for the Avalanche, but my opponent throws a charge attack, so I'm gonna be shielding here. It's a power gem, and I'm gonna go for the Avalanche straight away, and it's gonna be 2-0. And yes, GG's with my opponent here. So I win the second game as well. So I win the best of 3. I get the point to my team. So anyways, we play the third game as well. So Frostlass against Frostlass. So this is going to be interesting. It depends on the IVs now, who has a better attack stats, and it turns out to be his Frostlass. So I'll be shielding here. He hits me with the Avalanche. So that's how you get shields in this matchup. I'm going to go for the Avalanche myself now. And the Avalanche hits. So yes, I'm going to be shielding. I think it is going to be a Shadow Ball. Yes, I'm so happy it was a Shadow Ball. So I move into my Alolan Graveler now, and I'm going to go for the Rock Blast. This will get his second shield for sure. If he doesn't shields here, it's going to knock him out, but he shields, so he goes into his Beedrill now. And I did a mistake here. I should have gone for the Stone Edge. I had time for the Stone Edge, but I went for the Rock Blast, and this has helped the Beedrill charge up to its Drill Run, which is going to be knocking out my Alolan Graveler. So I'm going to be coming in with my own Beedrill now. I'm going to farm him up a bit, and I've built up to X Scissors. So I'm going to be hitting the X Scissors on the Frostlass here, and it's going to get him to low health, and I shift on the charge move, but he hits me with the Shadow Ball. So I think he anticipated the switch. So in comes his own Graveler now. So I'm going to go for the Drill Run. This is going to knock the Graveler out, but I don't think I can win this because his Frostlass has a bit of extra energy. So can I get to the X Scissors? No, I'm not able to, and my opponent wins the third game. So it's going to be a 2-1 victory for me, but GG's my friend on winning the third game there. So I win the set against the Mumbai Doss. So overall, I've won my match against Amish, Count Xavier won against Kapil Singh, Austin Prince won against Mighty Majesty, and Pratt won against his opponent. So we finished with a 5-2, a respectable 5-2 in the semi-finals, and we are going into the finals of the tournament. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do like and subscribe to the channel if you really enjoyed the content, and I hope to see you guys very soon. And I'll be uploading the finals video, which is going to be really interesting. So stay tuned.